Hello and welcome to episode 6
Woo!
of Enchanted by English. I'm Becky Glover, this is Sara Fake, and together we are Elizabeth Rose Wines. Episode 6.
Episode 6.
What?
It's been a lot. And we're calling this the season finale.
Yeah, season 1. We're going to wrap up
it
here.
up. We're going to have a little break.
Yeah.
We're going to come back at Easter or something like that.
Yes, with a, bit of a refreshed sort of vibe.
Absolutely.
But yeah, can't wait. So, wine news.
Yes.
What have we got?
So, shall I go?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, my first item on the wine news today is London Crew, who are an urban winery in London, clues in the name, have just released a video documentary. It's on YouTube, so anyone can go and watch it. I haven't had the chance yet. I only saw this last night, but it covers the harvest from the vineyards that they are using, and then it follows the harvest back into the winery for the initial processing of the wine. So it looks like it's going to be really interesting. And this is the 22 vintage, so this is last year's vintage. So yeah, looks really interesting. Go and have a look at that on YouTube. I also saw that there's another English wine book.
They're all coming out now. I feel like we need to do a book.
Oh, you can write a book. Yeah, we've got loads to say.
Oh, on
Clearly.
all topics, not just English wine. Yeah, and also like if people would like to send us these books to maybe review,
we're some freebies.
Still like not received any. So and
this one looks lovely. Actually, it looks like a proper coffee table book.
Oh,
it's about £30, but it looks like visually beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks good. So that's called New British Wine, probably on Amazon.
Oh, everything is.
Other bookshops are available. My final piece of English wine news is Stanlake Park, who are a vineyard in, I want to say, oh no, I'm going to get it wrong. Berkshire. I was going to say Hampshire, and then I was like, that doesn't sound right.
It's a sheer.
Yeah, exactly. It's the other side of London.
Yeah.
They have released an Italian series. So for those that don't know, the couple that look after the vineyard at Stanlake Park are, one is Italian, he said Spanish, one is Italian, Nico is Italian, and the other is South American.
Yes.
Okay, I'm there. So the winemaker is Italian, so his love is for big Italian flavours. So he has made these 3 wines with Italian grapes. They're not grown at Stanlake Park, but he's done a Fiano, a Primitivo Rosé, and a Negaro Maro.
Definitely.
How do you say that? The red one.
The red one.
So a white, a rosé, and a red. Yeah, I'm sure they're lovely. So head over to them for that.
So branded as Stanlake.
Made at Stanlake.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Italian grapes.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
So that's really nice actually, because then if you have drunk English Stanlake, obviously made by Nico, you can then see how that then compares to the Italian.
Definitely.
And you can see his winemaking style in different grapes. Oh, that's so interesting. I'd be really interested to try an English red from him and then try like an Italian red from him.
He always does quite
we should do that.
like full-bodied reds, doesn't he?
Yes.
He really likes that style, so I'm sure like the opportunity to actually use Italian grapes where you can get a bit
more oomph. Yeah.
Out of them.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
That's all from me anyway.
Oh, well, I wanted to say a bit of wine news for Elizabeth Rose Wines is that we have just added, two from one vineyard and then one from another, wines to our collection.
We have indeed.
So one of the vineyards that's quite local to us, Hazel End, so on the edge of the Essex, Hertfordshire kind of border. We've just added 2 still wines from them.
They're lovely.
One is a Bacchus, one is called Triplet, and that's because it's got 3 grapes in it, all kind of Germanic style. The Triplet is a little sweeter than the other, more sort of pear flavours than the Bacchus. Well, is a Bacchus.
Super dry Bacchus.
Yeah, both really, really nice. We also stock their sparkling, which we've got back in now too.
Lovely.
So yeah, we've got 3 in our range now from them. So I really want people to try it and tell us what you think. But we're going to be visiting Hazel End in our little series break. This is what we're spending some time doing. So no doubt we will be able to bring you a little bit more from them. But in the meantime, their wines are not overly expensive. They're really good value for money. They've been doing it for years and years, and they're wonderful. So try some of their wines. You won't regret it. And then the only other bit of wine news that I've got for this week is on Wednesday, which will be the 8th of March. It's International Women's Day.
Hooray!
Which, as far as I'm concerned, is every other day. But we stock a load of wines from women run or led or sort of teams all around the country. So just to name a few, there's Pod at Tuffin Hall. There's Topsfield. Can't get my words out today. Jane at Topsfield. There's Linda, Gifford's Hall, Bardfield, Rebecca at Bardfield. There are so many vineyards where women are out there doing it. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, grab some English wines that maybe are made, produced, etc. by women, and have a little cheers to us women,
to us girls,
doing our thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, that was lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I've not prepared anything.
Dun dun dun.
I've told Becky yesterday to just pick something that inspired her passion for English wines. So tell me why you picked this.
Right. So when I got that message, I was like, I wonder what she's planning.
Nothing.
And now I feel like you planned nothing, and this is now going to be like,
it's all on you.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this actually. I was on my dog walk today, and I was like, oh, what should I take? What should I take? And I thought, well, inspires me. And then I thought, well, maybe it should be the first English wine that we kind of came across. But then I was thinking, well, that's Nye Timber.
We did that.
We did that.
Week.
So I didn't want to present that again. And then I was thinking, okay, but I feel like it has to be one of
the early ones.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that thought process.
Yeah, and so I was like, okay. Then I thought back to the early years of Elizabeth Rose wines, and one of the big things that we used to do, and that we always say we should do again, but it was bloody exhausting, was we'd get in the car and we'd drive and we'd do like 4, maybe 5 vineyards in one day. So we'd start at like 7 a.m, finish at like 10. Exhausted, hungry, but happy because we'd seen all these wonderful people and drunk all these wonderful wines. So we'd like drive down to, I don't know, Kent area, for example, and we'd have like these meetings with all of these vineyards, and we'd be like, on the clock, boom, go. We'd have like a little itinerary. It's going to take us this long to get to this vineyard. Then we're going to do this, and we'd probably pick up a sad sandwich along the way and scarf it on the drive. So I was thinking, okay, so that's like the early amazing days of what we used to do. And I thought, oh my God, I remember doing that. One of the ones that I remember doing was going down to Woodchurch, obviously in Kent. And when we got there, so to go back a little bit more, when we started Elizabeth Rose Wines, we were writing down lists of like all the wines we wanted to stock. And they were on there for like not much reason other than we'd seen it on Instagram. We love the brand, and we thought what they were doing was really honest. It wasn't like a huge brand, but we just thought it was really nice. Like family run vineyards. We went down there and they hadn't even finished their tasting room.
Oh, I'd forgotten that. It was a building site.
It was an absolute building site. And they were like, oh, well, yeah, you can come, but we're not really open. And, it was like really early for them. So We literally sat outside, didn't we? Like just outside of this building site.
And we were obviously spitting because we had like lots of
Yeah.
meetings, but we were like just spitting on the floor.
Yeah.
Like just
It was beautiful. So these lovely rolling hills with vines, and they explained that they were literally like a couple of miles, like as the crow flies, from Champagne.
Yes.
And that really blew my mind, and that always stuck with me. And I was just like, wow. And we loved all of their wines. And I remember this was one of the first sort of Chardonnays you enjoyed.
Yes, the first. I was still like, no, Chardonnay is not my thing. Please don't give this to me to taste.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, hang on a minute.
Sip, sip, sip. Is this my thing now?
And I probably sounded awful because I was like, I don't like champagne and I like this.
You don't like Chardonnay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't like Chardonnay and I like this.
Yeah.
And,
so that's why I thought, let's bring this, because we don't talk about them enough.
No,
I mean, it's hard to
still
talk
feel
about
like
all of the wines we stock, but
they're still one of the lesser known ones.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why, because
I love it.
It's a lovely brand. They're a lovely little outfit. They've got they do food. I went there in about this time last year actually, and I had their charcuterie and their cheese, and it was all gorgeous. You can get a little wine flight, and they've got like a balcony overlooking the vines. And when we went, we had all weathers. I went with my husband. It was literally like chucked it down. It was like looking really stormy, and then the sun came out.
So it was like
gorgeous.
Within a couple of hours or whatever you were there, you had
we were just like, whoa, there's that coastal weather for you, just like blowing in and out. And yeah, it was just absolutely lovely. So I know I'm really delighted that you picked this.
Yeah, so Woodchurch then, they do a range of wines.
Yeah.
They do so still and sparkling.
Just remembered their rosé.
Yes. So they do this Chardonnay, the one we've currently got in stock is 2018 vintage still.
Beautiful.
Good year. They do an amazing rosé. I think it's Pinot Noir rosé, is it?
I think it might have, I feel like it might have Meunier in it as well.
Oh, okay. And then they did do, I think, didn't they do a really limited edition of a red? Yeah. And then sparklings, they do the classic cuvee, they do the
it's Amazon parcel, I'll just leave it there.
Obviously. They do the Blanc de Blanc, which they call a sparkling Chardonnay.
They do, yeah.
And then they do the rosé. So amazing kind of range, amazing brand, beautiful. I would always gift these to someone because they look beautiful.
And we love a wax.
Oh, love a wax top.
Oh, yes, we do.
It adds to the theatre. And this is why I really like corks as opposed to screw tops.
Yeah.
Not because, I don't know, not because I really care that it's a screw top or it's a cork.
Yeah.
But I want, when I'm opening a wine, it to be the full package of the wine. And that's why I want a glass bottle.
Yes.
Like some people are doing these paper bottle or cardboard bottles now. Cans or the boxes. Yeah, I want, when I'm drinking a wine, a glass bottle, a cork.
Something hefty as well. This has got a good weight to it.
Beautiful label.
Shouldn't say that, environment.
No. And if there's a wax top,
I'm opening it.
I'm more likely to grab it. If I'm being completely honest.
And this was the first English one that we saw with a wax top.
Yeah.
And we were very charmed, I have to say. We were
Definitely.
like, it's beautiful. Look at that.
And the thing that this has taught us is how to open a bottle with a wax top on.
Yes.
We did try and open it very early days by like sort of cutting round,
like carving through the wax, like it's not coming off,
making an absolute hash of it. And then I don't know what it was. Did someone tell us? They were like, ignore the wax.
We must have read it
it's
somewhere.
Not there.
I can't imagine that we were intuitive enough to figure it out.
And they were like, just go straight in, pretend the wax isn't there, it'll just pop off, and it does.
Yeah. Just pretend it's not there and you'll be fine.
Yummy.
So there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So that's why I chose this one. I did vaguely toy with some others, but this one came like pretty quickly to my brain.
Yeah, I like it.
And I was like, oh, should I, shouldn't I? And then I thought, do you know what? I haven't tasted this in ages.
Yeah.
And
it's
a
an 18
Woodchurch
vintage,
wine.
which we adore in general.
So I thought, do you know what?
It's a
I'm going to
Chardonnay.
take it.
No, this is a great idea.
So cheers.
Well, cheers to that.
Oh my God,
So
how good is
gorgeous.
that smelling?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's aged really well. 2018, so like
Oh yeah, so it's actually coming up to 5 years.
Yeah. Be 5
I forget
years
that.
this year,
2018 is
2.5.
an absolute lifetime ago now, isn't it?
Yeah. How good is that? And it's only 11.5%. I mean, I feel like this is juice.
So it's got like super lemony citrus
Oh.
for me, bit of grapefruit maybe.
God, I could smell that all day.
Mm.
Do you know, I get a tiny bit of melon.
Yeah.
God, it's one of those ones you could just keep on sniffing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, that's good. Mm.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh, the acidity on that.
Mm.
Oh,
That's aged so well.
Yeah. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Mm.
Excuse me. Right, I'm going to explain myself a little more now
Okay.
because I haven't done absolutely nothing. I have until last night.
When I said, "What time am I coming round?" and you're like,
You're
"Why are you coming round?"
What?
Yeah, I'm coming to your house to record.
No,
And you're like,
literally.
oh wait, what?
As days went by, I just kept saying to myself, "You should really read some books or something, and come up with an idea." And I did have an idea, and then I sort of wasn't in love with it. So anyway, I then saw this campaign on social media, which is called MarchMeetTheMaker.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, I know, it's fun.
I like it. Yeah.
So it's basically saying like small businesses and artisan producers spend March telling your followers about yourself a bit more.
Yes.
And I thought, we love talking about ourselves, so that'll be
Who
absolutely
wouldn't?
fine.
Yeah.
So they had, 31 days of March, prompts to tell you what to talk about throughout March. And I was like, we definitely don't have time for all that. So I picked 10.
Busy people, guys.
No, exactly. I picked 10 prompts and I thought we would just go through them.
Yeah.
I tried really hard to just read them and write them and then move on to the next one and not like think about it myself.
Too much.
I was like,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to like prepare because that's not fair on you to then be like, hey,
it's like an interview.
Although Becky does podcasts and stuff, so she'll be fine.
I can talk.
I know she'll be all right chatting about herself. But anyway, the first prompt is the brand origin. So Elizabeth Rose Wines. And that is actually a question that we are always asked.
Always.
Like, you're called Becky and Sara. Who's Elizabeth Rose? Like, where has this come from? Is it made up?
We get emails sometimes, don't we, saying,
oh, hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, Elizabeth. And we're like, it's not really, it's not an actual person. It's a brand.
But actually, Elizabeth is my middle name from birth. And Rose is Becky's middle name from birth. Yeah. So, and actually when we were in school together, we
just a couple of years ago.
Yes, exactly. It's not been that long. No. We were always scheming up fun ideas of things to do, in business. We were always entrepreneurs, obviously. And Elizabeth Rose was our company name for our company that we didn't really know what it was going to be.
Oh, we had property.
We had property, we had jewellers.
Jewellers, yeah, we did like the idea of jewellery.
We liked the idea of getting diamonds.
Yeah, I have to say there probably aren't that many, like, whatever we were, 15-year-olds ripping out pictures of boodles, jewellery.
Boodles,
and didn't we email, in you do work experience at whatever point of your thing, we stalked the guy that owns Boodles, which is James Amos, still remember him.
Oh, well done you.
And we emailed him to say...
Did he reply? I don't remember this.
I think he did reply something fairly kind. Which probably says hit more about him.
I don't need a 15-year-old around my diamonds now.
yeah. Kind regards. We emailed him to be like, we definitely should come and work for you. We're doing some work experience. Do you want us? And I think he was like, oh, I'm so sorry, we're full. or we're away, or like something.
Got work experience, people. Sorry.
So from diamonds to wine, we got there. But we definitely went through all the sort of cheesy, corny wine type brand names.
Yeah,
and we were just like,
to us straight away. So
no.
Like, a couple of years later, when we actually did have a business idea that we wanted to pursue, it was, what should we call it?
Yeah.
Grape
British
wines.
Yeah, grape this, wine that. but they were all a bit crap.
They all sounded so cheesy, didn't they?
And it wasn't us. It wasn't coming naturally.
No.
And then it was just like, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
We've had this name for years.
It was like it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Because
and
the connotations of Elizabeth,
Yes.
Queen Elizabeth, Tudor rose,
Yeah.
like it's the rose of England.
And in vineyards, they plant roses at the end of the vines as like a indicator of health, because what a rose needs, a lot of vines need very similar things. So if the rose starts to die, it's a bit like a canary in the coal mine type scenario.
So you
so
can see the first signs of disease.
Yeah.
Of if there's too many pests.
Yeah, exactly. So we liked it because it had a meaning for us, and it was still us whilst also being its own
relevant
brand.
to the business.
Yeah.
It all felt right.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
Absolutely.
And yes, Elizabeth Rose is our name, so it's personal to us.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. No, it's good.
It's good.
Oh, nice.
Are you ready for prompt number 2?
Yes.
Prompt number 2 is all about you.
Okay.
So what are you when you're not wine?
Oh God. Here we go, it's therapy. What am I? Well, I have many hats. When I'm not wine, I'm probably still drinking wine. But no, during the day, I trained as an accountant. Which probably leads a lot of people into wine.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, so I'm an accountant, finance director, board member, a panelist. What else do I do? I think I counted the other day. I have 6 roles.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I can name all 6 now, but I speak.
Everything.
Everything that surrounds business
Finance,
and accounting.
business, wine.
Yeah. Women. I do like a bit of women stuff. I do like a bit of women.
I do a bit of women.
Do a bit of women. Do a bit of wine. Yeah. So finance, wine, and championing women.
Yeah. Oh, I like that a lot.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also have a day job.
Would it be nice if we didn't?
It would be lovely.
I always think that, and then I'm like, I can't. So yesterday, I was busy, but I was busy at the computer. And usually weekends are like my productive, but like house outdoor life production, not like just singular channel. And I felt awful by the end of the day. I was like, I've wasted a day of my life. And I'd been very busy. But so I got up this morning and I was like, here we go. Doing fun things like playing with horse manure. That's what really gets me going.
What else would you want to do on a Sunday?
Yeah. What else did I do? I think that's all I've done this morning. Playing with horse muck and walking the dogs. No.
Yeah.
That would be nice if we didn't have to work.
No, I know.
No, it would be horrible. It would be. I don't think I could.
Well, I think we would find other ways to keep ourselves busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. We both have stuff that we do during the day, officey stuff. I work for a lovely little insurance brokers on the side. I've actually just finished maternity leave for the second time, so I've actually not been doing a lot of work for the last few years. But I've definitely been kept very, very busy. So yes, that's all about us.
All about us. Well, that's good, isn't it?
Next one. The prompt is start the day. How do you start your day?
Start the day. Well, in all honesty, I usually start my day about an hour before my alarm goes off, because the dog wakes up.
Oh.
Yes, so he sleeps downstairs. No, he sleeps upstairs.
Oh.
The other dog. So he sleeps downstairs and then goes up the stairs. So that's usually gets me sort of stirring. Then he gets on the bed. Quite a large dog.
Yeah.
So he's like, and without fail, stands on your bladder.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Then gets cozy. Oh yeah, I'm gonna sleep here.
Oh, nice.
So you're like, oh, my back. And then I'd probably do like 5 minutes of, nope, I'm going back to sleep. I'm
Aw.
definitely going back to sleep. And then I'm like, nope, I'm definitely awake. Up I get. And then, yeah, probably half an hour later, my alarm actually goes off. So that's how I really start my day. Otherwise, I start my day with coffee.
Yeah.
Has to be done. Quickly sort the dogs out. And then I like to do the kitchen.
Oh.
Yes.
Do you?
I'm a bit obsessed with anti-back spray.
Oh, wow.
I don't feel like I can get on with my day if I haven't had a little around the kitchen.
Oh.
Even if it's been done the night before.
It's like perfectly shiny
Oh
clean.
yeah, no, I just need
Start
to
the day with a good
give that a
wipe.
quick wipe down.
Oh, I like that.
And then in the shower. That's me. That's how I start my day.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Well, I'm woken up by 2 babies every morning at
So
about 4 a.m.
Neither of us get up. Oh,
yeah, exactly.
I'm so ready to get up
The alarm's
now.
going off. I better switch it off. I haven't had the alarm for years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got a 2-year-old and an 8-month-old, and they wake me up. In fact, at the moment, they take it in turns. So sometimes it's the 8-month-old's turn to wake up early, and he'll wake up the toddler. And other times, it's the toddler's turn to wake up. And even though he's a toddler, he still likes to wake up with a good cry. So he's never happy to start the day, I have to say. He's like, why am I awake? I want to go downstairs immediately. I don't care that it's 4 a.m. Everyone must be awake. I want my dressing gown on. He'll bring me his dressing gown. I want my dressing gown on.
Cute.
Is it?
Yeah.
And I have to go, no, darling, it's not ready. Time to get up. It's going to be okay. Go back to sleep. And then he'll be like, I need a wee, I need a poo, I need to read a book, I need to do anything other than going back to bed.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we tend to, argue upstairs for about 2 hours, and then we'll come down about 6.
Yeah. So when was the last time you had a lion? And by lion, I mean after 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. No. I think I'm the same.
I don't actually know.
But again, I don't really enjoy that because I feel like I'm wasting the day.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I am definitely somebody that, like, once I'm awake, I'm like, let's go.
Just get stuff done.
Yeah.
I don't always have a list of stuff on my phone that I need.
You're very
to
organised like that.
Yeah, but I feel like I have to be because, again, if I can't tick something off, I'm not achieving.
Like,
even if it's like put the washing on, that's on my list.
Yeah.
And then I tick it off the list.
That's a nice one to do because all you have to do is like
shove it in,
press the button.
Yeah.
Like, oh, thank goodness I've done something.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm definitely
I used to be like a proper morning routine kind of gal. Like get up, exercise, read, like meditate, yoga, all the stuff that they tell you should do.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sad for me that I don't get that anymore. But
I did the 5 a.m. morning miracle for a little while.
Yeah.
And I did it I started it whilst I was on holiday, and I enjoyed that.
Right.
But then my issue with all of this, like time blocking, productivity, malarkey, is that, as I say, I have like 6 jobs, 6 roles, and yes,
How do you prioritize anything?
Well, I can be like, okay, so 8 till 9, I will do Elizabeth Rose Wine's emails. But then if I get an email at 8:10 from something else, I'm like, well, that's now more urgent. So I have to so it's a waste of time. I can time block my day as much as I like, but things happen within the day that change what I need to do.
Yeah.
And that will be the exact same for you, because you can't say, right, child, you're going to nap today between 1 and 2. Like, it just, that's not life. And I do feel like people that time block, I see it a lot on like LinkedIn, Instagram or whatever. I'm just like, but where's the flexibility? Where's the, I don't know where.
I feel like it's for people who have like more time on their hands.
Oh, I'm 100% time poor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's what it is.
There we go.
Next, I'm going to put this in the middle so that I'm not the only one that's going, hey, here's the next prompt. But the next one is learn.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I don't know, we're both pretty, well, not necessarily super academic in school, but like we've got the powers that be up here to apply ourselves if need be. You're obviously a qualified accountant, which is like whoop, up there, and I do have a degree. So between us, we've managed to
we can show that we can do it.
Do some learning. And in terms of wine, we're both WSET 2 qualified. I'm saving for 3 because I really love that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm super keen to do it. My issue is time and finding the time to do it. Like with the kids about, you've got to do a blind tasting of some sort. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but you do have to taste as well as do a written examination. So it's not going to be WSET 2. You've got like multiple choice questions. A lot of the time with multiple choice, I'm like, oh, guys, it's common sense.
Yeah, and
if you've got like an inch of common sense, you'll be able to do this.
I did think that was kind of the theme of level 2. Yeah, just like if
a lot of common sense,
genuinely just like wine anyway, and you're like vaguely interested,
if you're
and
into
Googled
it.
a few things.
If you've got a few books on your shelf, you're probably going to be all right. I agree, which is why I think like I felt like I was scratching the surface.
And that's why it's like just tinkled your taste buds for level 3. And
I feel like I need to be like now I know what I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not just done a bit of Googling. I know. Yeah. Or I'd love to do, because they do specialist things for like French wine and Italian wine. I'd love if there was an English one.
I was just about to say,
get me involved.
I don't think I'd do level 3 just because
it'll be like global.
I don't think
you're not that into
I'm not interested in an Australian Shiraz and how it's made because I don't enjoy drinking it. So
I'm quite the opposite. When I buy my wine, I'm like, right, I want something from Chile, I want something from South Africa, I want something from Australia, I want something from Italy, something from France, and also I'll have something from Spain. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm happy because I've got a real range. Whereas you're like, I want everything from Bordeaux.
Because the thing with me is I like to get into something. So for me, I've done a lot on French wines, but I still don't feel like I know enough on French wines.
Oh God, I don't think you could ever
know so I don't feel like I could move on to Italy.
Like, I want to master France.
I like that. And so if I was to get something from Chile, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. But what about this French thing I've never tasted before? Like, I really need to itch that scratch. First, before, so maybe I'm just a bit more like,
well, I think if you like know what you love, which you do, like, I mean, I enjoy a whole range of wines, so I think that's why, like,
I've never not had knowing anything. As well, don't you? You're like, oh, I've never had that, never heard of it, therefore I need it.
That's why I want to try
Whereas
it.
I'm like, oh my God, a white Bordeaux. Oh, I've never had anything from that village before. Oh, that could be interesting. I'll pick up a bottle. Whereas you're like, oh my God, I didn't know they did a Romanian Shiraz.
I got a Romanian Pinot Noir the other day.
See, I would be like, great. It just doesn't, I know, it doesn't grab me.
I think I love like, the not knowing, because then when I taste it, I'm either like, oh, or I'm like, whoa, exciting.
It's like a lucky dip.
It is. I want to gamble a bit. No, I think England's the only region, if you could call England a region, that's really been like, okay, no, I really want to get into this.
This one thing. I would love to do a French wine course, but also I really want someone to come up. Maybe we should do an English wine course.
Oh, that would be brilliant, wouldn't it?
English wine diploma.
That would be good. Write it down.
Oh God, another thing.
Hatch number 7.
Welcome. Stack it up.
7 days of the week. Just do 1 day per hatch.
It doesn't happen like that. I can't time block.
Sorry. We've been over this. Okay, prompt number 5. You can do the next 5. Prompt number 5 is recharge.
Oh yeah.
How do you like to chill out?
Mine has to be outside. I have to be outside.
You mentioned gardening to me.
I love gardening. I just like, I think because I'm always on my phone or on my laptop or in front of a screen, like recording, as you said earlier, I do some podcasts. So I record a podcast, but it's on a screen. And I think therefore I'm like, I just need
Nothing.
I need to feel the wind. And whenever I go outside,
Get the dirt under my nails.
Yes, I don't put podcasts in, I don't have music on, nothing. It's me, myself and I, and maybe talking to the dog, or potentially sometimes my boyfriend, but he's also very similar in which he wants to go out and tinker with something. I would like to go out and tinker with that rose, or so we tend to both go off. We don't really help each other in the garden, but we both go off and do our own thing. So as I said this morning, I was shoveling horse poo and picking up little bits of plastic bags that had blown off in the wind in a hedge and getting stuck in a stream, and playing it cool when someone cycled past like, morning.
and that was you in your happy place.
That's me in my happy place, like walking the dogs, or just like some days if I'm having a day of it, I'll put my coat on, put my wellies on, and just walk around for like 10 minutes, and then I feel better.
That's nice.
My ideal, I think, would be being outside all day, every day. Which obviously. You need your own vineyard. Yeah, I know. We did toy with this idea, but then I'm like, does that? My thing is, does it take the fun out of wine? Which is why I'm a bit like, WSET 3.
Yes.
For me,
turn it into work. Yeah,
that would take away the enjoyment, and I always bring it back to like when we're tasting wines to potentially stock and whatnot. I'm always like, okay, but I'm not thinking about the margin on this, or how long does it take to get here, or what's your delivery cost? Like, does it taste good? Do I want to drink it? And would people that I know enjoy drinking this? And if the answer is yes to those, it's a very strong case for that then being stocked. But I do
think that's something that we should mention more as well, that we taste
everything, literally everything, and multiple times. And you can with this, we've now tasted maybe 4 or 5 times throughout, however it's
different
aging.
Vintages, and how it's aging. If you ask us about a wine, we will know from personal experience. Yeah,
and we'll know from like, not just I personally like it. We can also appreciate the fact that maybe it's not our style, but you would really like that, because I know what you would order in a restaurant.
Yes, if you're able to tell us what other wines you like internationally, we are able to tell you what English wines would be up your street if you're interested in learning more. So
So what about you then? What's your recharging downtime look
like? The times when so for me, recharging is when like your mind just like goes and you're like daydreamy. That is either heading a book or at my piano, which I do not do nearly enough. Like at my piano, I could just play and play and play and play and play and play and play. And like, it's that sort of meditative state that you get into. Sometimes when driving, I find myself getting into that state where you're like, not really thinking about what you're doing. It's all like second nature. I'm like that at the piano. I'm like not thinking about it. I'm just flicking. And you know when you're reading a book and you're like, I just got to the bottom of the page and I'm not really sure what I've actually just read. I need to go back to the top again. That sort of state as well, where you're like, I'm so relaxed that I'm not even taking in what
am I?
Exactly.
What am I doing? That's nice.
Yeah, it is nice. I really love, like, piano was my first love. And my granddad taught me, and he is still with us. He's 96, 97. He's old. He's the same age.
In short, he's old.
He's the same age as the Queen, who is sadly not with us. But yes, that's how I used to remember how old he was. Anyway, he's into classical music, and I keep trying to be like, oh hey, there's this cool
Beyonce
modern pianist that I think you'll like, called Alexis French. Can you listen to me play that? And he's like, I would like you to play Beethoven for me, please, Sarah. And I'm like, I can't learn Beethoven. I don't have the time. Like, I played it when I was at uni, but no, not now. I wouldn't play it to a standard that I really think I could present to you, Grandad. But anyway, the piano. That's how I like. That's I best relax. Like, definitely. And it's like the thing I do the least often. The lid is closed on the piano at the moment to stop sticky fingers getting involved.
Love a sticky finger.
Sadly.
Okay, so next one is from idea to product.
So how did we come up with Elizabeth Rose wines?
Yes.
We actually, well, like you said,
was
the
our
first
struggle.
English wine that we tried and was like, oh, wow, this is amazing, was Night Timber.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's the same for a lot of people because they really are the biggest brand out there.
Yeah.
And we also went to Ridgeview for my hen do.
Yep.
Yeah. And we also then went on a holiday, just the two of us with the dogs.
Yeah.
To Cornwall, and I was like, oh, there's a wine tour there. Should we go? And we were like,
yeah,
definitely, let's go. That sounds amazing. And we went on this wine tour. We went to 3 vineyards / wineries: Camel Valley,
Nitor,
and
then Trevorban.
And we were like, this is amazing.
Yeah,
there's more to this than Night Timber and Ridgeview, and I think we've maybe tried Denby's. Denby's sticks in my head for some reason.
Yeah, do you know?
I haven't got in the supermarket.
I think you brought Denby's to my hen do.
Potentially.
Which would have been in 2016.
There you go. Oh, so it was before then even.
So it would be before then.
Timber.
Yeah, it was Night Timber.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
oh,
I don't
wow.
know. Oh, that was
so
it.
It's nearly been like 10 years of English wine.
We went to London Wine Week.
We went, yes, we did.
That was previous
and
to
Night
that.
Timber were there.
Yeah, we went into Night Timber first.
We had a wine flight. Yes, we were like, we'll go here first, and then we'll go there and there and there and there. We had this wine flight, and we were like, can we have another one here?
And another one, and another one.
Yeah.
And we didn't move. That we literally
stayed there until they shut.
Yeah.
And then we were like, we should get pizza.
That's the best pizza we've ever eaten.
Yeah, and artichokes.
And artichokes.
We discovered
So sorry, what is this that's on our pizza? Because we were really late into the restaurant, and so they said we can do 2 pizzas, but we'll have to do like only this topping.
Yeah, it was. I'm sure it was whatever they had.
Yeah.
And they ended up doing it in a heart shape or something. It was really sweet.
Charmers.
We were obviously drunk and charming.
Yeah. And they put artichoke on the pizza, and we were like, oh, I just eating away, talking away, and we were like, God, this is good. Like, what is this
incredible thing?
Like, sorry, I'm so sorry. What is this that you put on the pizza? And they were like, oh, that's grilled marinated artichoke. We were like, God,
it was like,
why have we never had this before?
Blown.
And now I just eat it out of a jar raw. Whilst messaging Sarah going, eating artichoke.
I was about to say, literally, whenever we eat artichoke now, we're like, guys, do you remember artichoke?
God's sake, I've just had the best artichoke again.
Have you tried this artichoke?
Well, I just love it. Like, oh, yes, please.
Yeah, so that day we discovered Night Timber and artichokes.
I
don't know why we didn't start an artichoke business.
The next business we start will be an artichoke farm. Can you grow artichokes? You can, I think, can't you?
Wow.
There we go.
Hat number 8.
Welcome to the party. Artichoke and wine tastings.
Oh,
now it's talking. It's niche, but all the best ideas are
artichokes and English wine, both unsung heroes.
They really go together as well. Like, honestly, anyone out there does charcuterie board? If you put an artichoke on it.
We've not finished the story.
Sorry, we've digressed onto artichokes.
Anyway, we came back from the holiday and we bought wines from Camel Valley and Trevorban, and we drank them, obviously, and thoroughly enjoyed them again at home. And also, a lot of people will say, when you go on holiday and try the wine and love the wine, don't buy a bottle and bring it home, because it won't taste the same in your kitchen as it does, on the hills of Santorini or wherever you are. Well, in Cornwall,
no, that's not true.
The wines tasted beautiful, and in my kitchen in Little Water Beach near Cambridge, the wines tasted amazing as well.
Yeah. So I think
it was you that tried to get more.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Oh, that's because I drank the Trevorban Black Ram.
Yes.
And also we discovered still wine on that trip.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff that actually, maybe the only stuff we'd drunk before was sparkling English.
I think so.
And so we tried still wine and also red wine.
Yeah.
I definitely brought a bottle of Trevorban Black Ram, which is a red, home, drank it, loved it, and then tried to buy more. And it was like, oh, yeah, you can buy it for like 12 bottles in a case of all of the same wine. And I was like, oh, I liked it, but that's quite
12.
the investment.
Yeah.
12 of the same thing. I'd rather have 12 different things. So we searched around, didn't we? But we really couldn't find anyone that would let us, or with a good selection and the kind of wines we were looking for.
So then again, just because we were still super into it, we were going to a local vineyard here called Chilford Hall. And we went and we were like joking about having a wine business. Like, we're just doing some market research. And then like the next day, Becky was like, so I've set us up as a limited company.
I've done it, we're on.
Send me a picture of your ID. We're in. I was like, okay, let's do this. And then
that was it, really, wasn't it?
That was it. And then like we got so excited, like as you say, we were like, okay, we're going to do it properly. We're going to taste everything. We're going to visit everyone. And like you said, we were doing our tours of like all these different areas, getting to know people, getting to know the wines, getting our selection like spot on to how we wanted it. And it's just been like that ever since, really.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
nice.
It was the good days. I think, it was a lot of hard work, but I think naivety helped us.
Definitely.
In there.
Yes. Oh, that's interesting, because I know there's one coming up that's about advice to your past self.
No, I quite enjoy a bit of naivety, because we didn't ever stop and think, but what if?
Yeah.
And I think that's what made us do it, because if we'd have thought, what if, we'd never do it.
I think you're right.
100% we would never have done it.
I certainly would never have done it on my own. Like,
I wouldn't have done. No, I don't think so. No.
Yeah. I think, we make a good team.
I think you get bravery from someone else.
Yeah,
it's like,
definitely.
well, they're still in, so maybe I should be in.
Like the fact that we both love it so much, and like to us, it's an absolute no-brainer. We like look at other people and we're like, "What, you don't drink this?
Yeah,
like, come on, like get with the times.
What's wrong?
This is the best thing ever."
Yeah, and that's
like, we
why
still feel like that.
Yeah, and that's
all
why
these
we
years
always
on.
say, like, just try it.
Yes, exactly.
So all you need to do is try it, or
100%.
visit a vineyard, or go to one of their events, because that's all you need to do.
Yes.
To then be like,
the door and you'll be
100%
hooked.
in. Yeah.
Hooked. Like we are.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was good.
That was nice.
Highs and lows.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. Let's start with highs.
Highs, definitely those early days driving around.
Yeah.
The best thing ever.
And we did film some of that, didn't we? Like put a car cam in, and I think it's on YouTube.
Something on YouTube. Yeah. Where we're like just being ridiculous in the car.
And that's genuinely what those days were.
Yeah.
So like watch them, because even now, like when we look back, it's so silly, but it's so wonderful. Yeah. Like again, so it's the fun. Naivety.
Yeah.
Like, we were a little bit stressed, but like not to any sort of standard. It was wonderful. Like driving around the English countryside. Yeah. Going to vineyards, drinking wine. Yes. Like, okay.
Oh, we thought we'd hit the jackpot.
Yeah. So I think if you want to go back in the YouTube archives and watch those, because
link it.
Yeah, they really do sort of piece the puzzle together, I think. Yeah. No, that was a high.
Another high for me is when White Castle Vineyard won the Decanter Award, and like, I mean, I say high. It's high now because it all turned out okay. But at the time, when we'd sold like 200 bottles of this wine that we had like 20 of in the cupboard, and Becky was texting me like,
what happened?
What the hell is going on here? It was like 7 a.m. and I had to call Rob at the vineyard at like 7 a.m. because I was like, WTF. And I was like,
that's probably the last time I've had a lion. Because I was like, never again!
I was up with the baby already. So yeah, I was like straight on the phone to Rob, like, Rob, we've got lots of orders. What's happening? And he was like, oh, we won a Decanter Award. I was like, that's great. How many have you got?
Yeah.
Can we have them all? Because we've already sold them.
Yeah.
And since then, we've not had back orders on.
Ever. We don't do that. We didn't even realise that was on a back order.
But no, actually, we may have already taken it off, actually.
Yeah.
Or at least we thought we had.
God.
And then Becky went on holiday, and I like roped my dad in to go and collect them.
Driving to
we drove
almost Wales.
Yeah, Rob met us halfway. Like he was meeting Camilla the next day.
Yeah.
And he drove to like a service station in Birmingham, and me and my dad drove to meet him, and we were like, "This is amazing, well done!" And he was delighted as well, which was wonderful. Like he wasn't. Sometimes, he wasn't at all like, "Oh, I'm annoyed that you're selling all the wine." He was just so like, "This is so great! I can't believe this is happening. This is so good." We're completely sold out, obviously, and like at the time stressful, but like I thought it was really exciting at the time as well. Even though it was stressful, I was like, "This is amazing." Yeah, and all those people that found us because of that, I just think that's so good. Yeah. That's another high for me.
Did you drink your bottle? Yeah. So me and Sarah both took a bottle.
Oh yeah, we had to keep one for ourselves.
I've not drunk it.
Yeah, I know, and you've still got a 19 as well.
Got 19 as well.
So you keep collecting them. You could have 6 in the future. That'd be a nice little vertical tasting.
It would, wouldn't it? But like, at what point do they pass?
Oh, they should be all right.
They should be all right, but I don't know. And so they're in my little wine fridge, temperature controlled, humidity controlled.
Oh yeah.
And every time we get low on wine, we obviously are like,
ooh,
we could,
shall we?
And then I'm like, no, I don't. No, we're not. And actually, I've got tags on all of them, and on those ones it says, "Do not drink." And I keep toying with the idea of drinking it as like a year-on-year vertical, or I still don't know whether I want to. Whether I'm going to
sell them as a pair,
put them on the market. I don't know.
I think it would be really interesting, like whether it's you tasting it or somebody else tasting it, to see like whether they're that different. Well, because obviously the 18 won the award and the 19 follow-up vintage did not.
I thought it won a award, but it wasn't the gold.
Yeah.
It was like bronze or silver or something. Yeah. I can't quite remember what it is. Silver, I think.
Are they that different? I don't know.
Because Rob at the Vineyard thinks the 19 is better than the 18.
So it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. And so, I don't know.
It's subjective.
I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but...
Lows.
Oh my God, lows.
I remember, this is a bit much, but I remember like maybe a couple of years ago when like, I think it would have been just after we'd come out of COVID and like during COVID, obviously sales went up. So we were like, this is great. We're reaching all these people, everyone's enjoying these wines, it's brilliant. And then after COVID, like there was a bit of a lull where people, were going back out into the world.
It was the help out to eat out to help out, whatever it was called. So everyone went to restaurants, etc., that were doing that and
spending their money as they should. Hospitality needed us, and the hospitality got us, and so we were sort of like, oh gosh, like is that it? Because the timing of everything, we launched the business back end of 19, and then 20 was first lockdown. So obviously great for the business then, but then, we've always said ever since, we've still not quite had a normal year. Yeah. I think maybe this could be our first normal year. Yeah. But then you could say cost of living crisis. Like,
there's always something.
When is there going to be a normal year? I don't know if it's even going to exist. But the uncertainty that followed the peaks of COVID, I think that was a bit of a low for us, where we were like, are we doing the right thing? Yeah. And we never really had like a, should we stop doing this conversation? Yeah. But I think we maybe had them in our
close,
own heads.
Didn't we?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I think we still have times where we're like, oh my God, where are the orders?
Yes.
And then we get orders and we're like, oh, okay, great. But I think it's the unpredictability.
That's exactly it. Yeah, the uncertainty of it.
And we do have some really great loyal customers, which they probably don't know just how much
we appreciate them.
God, but every time they do an order, we're like...
You don't want to be creepy and be like, we love you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it comes across wrong.
Back again and again. Because like, if someone did that, if a business did that to you, wouldn't you be a bit like, that's a bit weird?
A bit odd, too much. Yeah. But just if anyone's listening that has ordered like
more than
2-3 times,
exactly.
Just know that we
know you.
We talk about you as your first name, and we're like, oh yes, so and so's ordered again. Oh great, like that is a thing. Like you see these things on like Instagram or YouTube or whatever, where they say
there's like a security camera and someone does an order, and then as soon as they leave,
dance.
they're like,
like that's genuinely a thing. So I think, that's the lows are. It's still a new business. It's still a new industry, and it's still in such a place where if anything goes wrong in the country, like cost of living, or
it really affects us.
Yeah, it really affects us as a business.
Yeah.
And it is stressful at times.
And also, I would say it's still the wine industry as a whole. I know everyone knows this, blah, 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 blah. It is pale, male, and stale.
Yeah.
And it sometimes feels like people don't take us seriously because we're female, maybe because we're like having fun whilst having a business. And it's like, you can do both, you know. I don't have to be like serious Stephen going,
that.
oh, it
I hate
smells
that.
like blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Because, like, sorry, that's not going to connect to everyone. That's not going to reach out to everyone. And it's just not us.
No.
That's not how we drink and enjoy wine. That's just not what we're here for. So
And
we want to be authentic and genuine, and we are having fun whilst running a business, and it is going well, and we really want you to continue to support us because we want to do more, and like, you know, the more that you support us, the more that we can bring to the table.
Yeah, I think the problem is, like, most people like us, which is quite a large proportion of the wine drinking people out there, see those people that are white, male, in their 40s, wearing those burgundy trousers, and going, like, I literally am just like, oh God, what a wanker. And just switch off. I don't really care if he's the most qualified person to be doing it. It just creates this like switch in your brain where you're just like, I don't care anymore because I feel like that's not me.
I'm not sure if I can trust this person because can I relate to them?
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I can.
No. And so when we do tasting events or tastings on YouTube or Spotify or whatever it is, we will literally be like, I like it, or I don't like it as the basis, or I don't like it but I know someone who will, or whatever. And I think that's the jumping off point for us, is it good or not? Is it worth that price point or not? Because that's mostly what people care about. Not, oh, 100%. So it's how many grams of sugar? Or sorry, how long has it had on the leaves? And again, it's all really great. It's informative, and it might, you know, build a picture in some people's minds about that wine. But for the majority of wine drinkers, they don't probably care how long it's had on the leaves, or how many grams of sugar, or what the growing conditions were, or the soil type. And that's why we really try and like minimalize that chat. And we're like, do you know what? I'd love this particular wine with an oyster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or likewise, I could sit in front of the fire and have a nice bowl of carbonara with this. Like, that's what people want to know about.
Yeah, 100%.
Not like, this is the winemaking technique and electrifying. Gives me chills. Anyway, so yeah, that's our little rant there. Okay, number 8 is favourite processes.
Yeah, so what's your favourite thing to do in the business?
110% sending wine out.
Oh, that's so nice.
100%.
Oh, I love
and
that.
I really like that so many of our reviews are like, great service, quick service, like cool. Whatever it is, because genuinely I'm stood there like,
double, triple check.
It's not quite firm enough. That needs more air in it. I polish every bottle.
I'm not even kidding. She polishes the bottles.
Well,
there is a polisher in with all the wines.
Yeah, I have fairly high standards of the service that I would like, and I would never go below that standard for anyone else. I think that's nice. An awful thing to do. So I polish every single bottle. I make sure all the packaging is pristine.
All the labels are
undamaged. The labels, I then write a little note for them. And sometimes when we see them come back, I have to rein in the stalker in me, like, oh, you had this last time, you must have really liked it. I'm like, you know,
Enjoy your wine.
enjoy your wine. I know this is the kind of thing you enjoy. And I always try and give like little hints and tips. So like if one wine is best a little bit warmer, I'll say,
that's good.
like, get this wine
Over and
out
above.
5 minutes before you want to drink it.
Oh, that's good.
Or
like that.
decant this wine. We
Mm.
recommend that all of our reds are decanted. Get the best out of them. Because when I order wine, I don't get any of that. Like, I get bottles in a box.
100%.
But I do not get a person that's tasted that exact wine to tell me how to make the best out of the £20 that's in that bottle or whatever it is.
So true.
And actually, if I get halfway down the bottle and I go, this tastes better cold, or something, or warmer, or I should have decanted this, or like whatever it is, drink it out of a red wine glass, not a white wine glass, or something, then I would have been like, oh.
Yeah.
And if someone knows that,
yeah,
and that can affect your enjoyment, tell me.
100%.
So yeah, that's what I enjoy.
Oh, I like that. Mine's similar actually. I really like when people ask us for recommendations.
Yeah.
And you get to go like, oh, okay, what do you like? Like, go on, let's find like the best wine for you. That really is my favourite thing to do. Like, we have some people that come to us at Christmas time.
Oh my God, I love those people.
And they're like, oh, we just want, like, this is what's on the menu. We want a couple of reds, a couple of whites, a couple of, like, a fizz for toasting. And I'm like, oh, yay, like, let's do this.
We've had people that have done that now every single year since we've been like trading. And that's genuinely... I feel like I'm at their Christmas table.
And even when I'm like writing my notes, I'm like, oh, well, you know, if you liked that one last year, then you really gonna like this one.
You're building a picture of what they enjoy and what they like.
Nice.
And they will say like, oh, my mother-in-law really enjoys this type of wine, so can you get that? And you're like, yeah, I can.
Absolutely.
Like, absolutely.
We can get that vibe in this.
Even if we don't then have that wine in stock at the time, we order it in for people. And I think that's 100%. What people don't actually understand with our business is that if people come to us and say, I'm looking for this wine or this type of wine, even if we don't have it in, we'll order it in for them. And I think
every time
people don't get that. Maybe because we don't tell them we're doing it.
No, absolutely.
So why would they? But if someone says, I want 12 of these wines and 12 of something else that you think I'll also enjoy because of that, we'll go over and above to contact different vineyards to see what we can get and if they'll enjoy it and like do all of the legwork for people.
100%.
Yeah, we should maybe talk about that more. Yeah, we're like personal wine finders, matchmakers of the wine
oh my
world.
God, yes we are.
Yeah,
it's important.
Definitely. Okay. Oh, deep advice to your younger self.
Advice to your younger self.
What would that be?
In terms of the business, oh, okay, I need to think.
This is a tricky one.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We've been doing this 4 years now. So what would I say to like us just starting up? I think, I don't know actually. It's a difficult one. I feel like I'd want to say, you know, there's going to be highs and lows, ride it out. But I don't know if we're at the end of that yet. I don't know if we've got to the point where we're like, you know, you've made it, hun.
No, and I think like something that I always come back to for myself, for other people, and like always try and drum it into people as well as telling myself, is the consistency is key. Like even if you're not seeing what you want to see, so I don't know, likes on your Instagram or like sales or
the old Instagram algorithm,
whatever it is,
changing things up every week.
Like so long as you're happy and you're really like there's something in you that says I'm giving the best service or I'm finding the best wines for people or whatever, then keep doing that because at some point everything will align and you will win.
Oh, I like that.
But I don't think we're there yet because I think that's like a 10 plus year. I think absolute minimum is 10 years of consistency is key. Like I don't suddenly all things will align and you're like, oh well, of course. But for those 10 years or whatever it is before that, you would have like questioned yourself most days. But if there's genuinely something inside you that goes, well, I'm doing the best that I can see and that I can do, then I think you're doing the right thing. You have to trust it.
Like that.
Okay, and lastly,
Well, this is obviously not one of the ones from the prompt. This was just mine that I threw it in.
Okay, so why?
I think we've literally already just explained
I know.
this. Why buy from Elizabeth Rose Wines? Like
We can conclude.
we can go over it all again.
Yeah.
We've tasted everything
multiple
and therefore
times.
we know that it is all good, top quality wine.
But not only have we tasted it, we have visited. We've
spoken to the
met the people.
Yeah.
We've understood the processes.
Yeah.
We've got, I think, like almost to the point where most of these vineyards, we could walk in and we could do a tour around that place.
Probably.
Like that's almost where our level of understanding is for every single one of our vineyards.
Yes. And I think
we study them.
Some vineyards don't quite understand, and some of them do, and they'll invite us to the vineyard, like rather than just sending us wine. And some will just send us wine and then say like, oh, can you stock it? And we want more of a relationship there. I would say, like we love being sent wine, and I'm thinking specifically in my head of Chiltern Valley, who I need to reply to, because they've sent us wine and we did really enjoy it and we do really want to stock it, but I want to know more about them first. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I think the way to put that then, to make it like as a little capsule, is we want to connect with their business before we can then make other people connect with our business. It's about connection. It's about people. For us, it always comes back to people.
I think you're right.
We would never buy from a faceless entity, because our brand is about us and us being genuine. So we could never be buying from a faceless brand or quite an empty, hollow brand, because for us that really doesn't align, and so it wouldn't feel right.
I agree. And in terms of how the wines are looked after and then sent to you, it's all looked after with love and sent to you with love. And also I just think as well, like follow along the journey, like get involved.
Oh, we love it when people get involved, and when people ask. Like, I had someone the other day message me, because as well as the wine brand, we have obviously us too. So it feels like there's three people almost here, you know. So it's like someone will message us individually as well as messaging the brand or whatever it is, and it's like, oh, I just tried this, and so I want something English that would taste like that, or I need some wine. What do you got for me? Like it feels like we are that personal.
We're always
wine
there
buyer for someone. Always.
If you
always there.
We're always there. We can be there for you. Don't worry. No, please do message us. Like, there's nothing we love more than coming to people's aid. And I don't really want to advertise this, but some people do call me on my mobile and say, I want such and such. Can you sort it out? And I do always say yes, and then subsequently sort it out for them. But yes, I'm on the end of the phone. Becky's on the end of the phone.
Yeah.
We're on the end of emails, like pick up the phone, speak to us. Yeah, we love it. And we want to be involved in everything. So
yeah, because mentally we're in that kitchen with you, drinking that wine with you, even if we're not physically there.
Yeah.
And even like when we send a wine to someone, we're like, oh, I wonder if they liked it.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So even if you've ordered
100%.
something and you think like that's really good, or actually I would prefer this, like even that sort of thing, tell us, because then we're like, no worries, we'll get that for you. Like we'll search for you. Like we had some people, oh my God, we've had some really specific things, like this baby's just been born, the name is this, the year it was born in was this, I need 12 bottles of something that's relatable to that will age for 10 years, go. And you're like, oh yes, actually. Okay. You know, like we were literally like,
we've got something.
It feels to us like a matchmaking.
Yeah, that's so interesting, isn't it? That's exactly what it feels like.
And like, I don't know, like we want to be people's personal wine buyers.
We do, don't we?
So if we can be that for you, like don't hesitate to say, I want this and this and this. Don't think you're sending us on a wild goose chase, because that's what we live for.
100%, yeah. Give me a challenge. Yeah. Do it.
Yeah. So that's why you should buy from us, because it is us.
So Friggin' love it.
Yeah. And if you're a vineyard and you want us to sell your wines, then please invite us round. We will come and visit you, taste the wines, and get to know you and be part of your brand as well as us, our brand. It's that sort of crossover, isn't it?
And we want to maybe take this on tour.
Yeah.
So we'd like to do some of these episodes from vineyards. So if you want to get involved with that, please do.
Yeah, please do. We've got we've got a few tours, a few vineyard visits lined up. And we understand that a lot of people are like, oh no, a camera, that's not for us. But even if we could just come and record from the vineyard to give people like a teeny little taste of what they'll get from a tour and tasting there, then that's good for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, this has been fun.
Oh, I'm so pleased.
And the wine's been brilliant.
And the wine's absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
I did want to do this as well because I think we've realised recently that because we've got quite an audience on Instagram who we love and adore, and we started doing this YouTube series just this year, and it's recently that I thought, like, actually, I'm not sure that the audiences are the same here. So I did want to just do this to be like, okay, hello, YouTube people, we love you.
And Spotify people.
This is, and Spotify, excuse me, and Spotify. And this is who we are as a business. If you haven't been following for the last 4 years on Instagram, which has been our main platform for everything else, or if you're not subscribed to our newsletter, which I'll put a link to if you want to, because I like to summarise all of these things in the newsletter weekly anyway. Yeah. So, yeah, that's that really.
And just something to remind everyone about, because obviously this might be people that don't know. We also love doing tastings.
We do. We've got one coming up soon, actually, which is one that we did last year, and they invited us back, and we're really excited to go back.
Yeah.
I want to do sparkling this year. I know we haven't talked about it yet, but I want to do a sparkling
tasting.
Okay,
yay! And we are thinking about doing like more tastings or like tastings.
Like virtual tastings,
yeah.
But like you buy the wine and a recording, and then you can go and watch it like with your friends on your own and follow along
or whatever it is. Yeah. So we're toying with some tasting ideas, because that for us is like getting face to face with the people that want to drink the wine, not you. So yeah, if you want us to do a tasting, please do, or if you want us to host a tasting, if you think like, can I just come to you and do like little English masterclass in wine or whatever, like nothing's off the table. We will 100% do whatever people want us to do.
Yeah, we love it.
So yeah, if you would love to buy a bottle of wine, that would be amazing, and you know the love that goes into that. Or if you just want to chat to us about wine, we'd love that too.
Yeah, we would. I don't know if you can tell.
Quite enjoy talking
really
about
into
it. That was really fun.
Yay.
And I've really enjoyed sipping this.
Yeah, no, this is absolutely gorgeous. This, as a reminder, is the Woodchurch Chardonnay. I'll put a link to it down below, but it's beautiful. It's gone down an absolute dream.
It's really good. And
it's been a perfect little catch up.
Yeah, 2018 vintage.
Yes, gorgeous.
So good. So yeah, do check out our new wines as well. We've got 2 from Hazelland, and we restocked the 3 squirrels. And then we've got the Ridge View.
The river
view, God's sake,
that we were talking about last week with Tory.
It's in stock.
I got straight on the phone to Katie, and she came to my house and dropped them off. So
gimme.
There we go.
So we do that too. If something tastes good, we'll stock it.
Yes.
So we're going to take a little break, only a few weeks.
Yeah. I think we're going to have a month off, and then we're going to crack on with another 6-week. Series.
Yes.
Series
so we'll be back. We'll be recording our next one in Easter.
Yes.
And we will have Tory,
she's coming
the wine bub, back, because you all loved her.
Yay.
And we love her. So she's going to be back. She's going to be presenting something again.
What's it going to be?
I know, really excited. And then I've actually got some more ideas.
I need to get thinking. No, I do have an idea that I thought about but didn't follow through with, so I've got at least one.
I've got an idea, and it came to me, and then I've been like, should I, shan't I? And I'm gonna do it.
Ooh,
yes.
Exciting.
But yeah, and then also we're gonna go to a few vineyards as well, and sort of try and take you there with us. So yes,
Yay!
if there's anything you want us to do or talk about, then let us know, or stock even. You can message us. We're available on everything.
Yes. And if you want to be notified of the beginning of the next series, then I would suggest you either subscribe to us on YouTube or Spotify, or subscribe to our newsletter where I'll be posting about it on there as well.
Definitely. So thank you very much. We're going to enjoy our little break.
Yeah, we'll see you in a few weeks.
Yes, see you then. Let's cheers.
Cheers.
Series 1 done.
Yay!
See you soon.
Cheers.